from Ford Field. Hester to return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. In motion left here, Sanders. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. Well, they want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They run again with Peyton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Throwing here, Cutler. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
They'll try the right side here with Peyton. And some room to work. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll try and run for it with Peyton. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play, because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff inside, it's Peyton. And this one also slow in developing, as he's maybe getting back into the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 3rd down, Cutler. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. And it's going to be another 1st down, as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there, because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down, because guess what? That drive continues.
Now a give. Here's Peyton running left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a give. It's Peyton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Now it's Cutler. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. On the give, here comes Peyton. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. A handoff to start the drive to Sims. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
22!
Back to throw, Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Here's Hester. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bears on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here comes Marshall in motion right. On third down, here's Payton. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll try and throw for it with Cutler. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Payton. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 52 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run now with Payton. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Running it here with Payton. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. And the drive begins here with Sims. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Stafford. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll run here with Sims. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now after the interception, here's Cutler. Open man downfield, that's Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards. They'll try the left side. Payton taken down at the 47-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's got some space here. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards on the ground. They'll run on first down. Payton. And this time he is in. A great play there. with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Bears 14, Lions nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively.
And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Touchdown, Chicago!
Touchdown, Chicago.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Play action. Stafford.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
162 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On first down, Peyton. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Cutler to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Cutler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. Sharks got it left side.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's good for the Lions. 32. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's airing it out for Williams.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
On 2nd down, Cutler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's Peyton up the middle. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
Right back to him on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Tariq Woolen with a great play to get him for a loss. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run on 1st down. Peyton. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Peyton. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a toss play for Peyton. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. And Shark hauls it in. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too.
He's got a man. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He finds Watson complete. To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford throws out left. It's caught by Williams. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. A big play there, 89 yards. And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he returns this to the 22. Stafford here, coming off his pick-6. And that's complete to Sanders. Finding room at midfield. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Pride. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Throwing after the interception. Stafford, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Going to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Cutler. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Chicago,
they improved their mark to 12-4 with 1 game to go.